Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to the second video of your next chapter. This is it's a fifth chapter, and the name of this chapter is what? Triangle and its properties. Isn't it? So in the last class we had discussed about various types of triangles. So we have discussed types of triangles, and one of the important property, or you can say the relation of the sides of a triangle, isn't it? Okay, so let me revise quickly. Based on the sides of a triangle, it is classified into three types. Okay, so first is equilateral triangle. So in equilateral triangle, what all the sides are equal. Okay, in isosceles triangle, you have two sides equal. Okay, and the third triangle is scalene triangle. All the sides of the scaling triangle are unequal, that is all the sides are in any one side is not equal. Okay, so I mean to say all three sides are not equal. Okay, and this all the three sides are equal. Here two sides are equal, and here no sides are equal. Okay, now based on the angle, you have the triangle is divided into three again. Okay, there are three types of triangles on based on angles, that is acute angle triangle, then right angle triangle, and then obtuse angle triangle. So acute is what? It should the angles are less than 90 degrees. Right angle is you'll have 190-degree angle. Okay, and in obtuse angle triangle, you will have one of the angle greater than 90 degrees. Okay, so we had seen the figures as well. All right, so this was just a revision of your first video, and the next topic what we had seen is the sides, relationship between the sides of a triangle. What was that? Yes, you would say the sum of two sides of a triangle is equal, it's greater than the third side, isn't it? Okay, so and one more thing here it should be included is subtraction of two sides of a triangle is less than the third side. Okay, addition of two sides of a triangle is always greater than the third side. Okay, whereas subtraction of two sides, any two sides, okay, not only AB and AC, okay, subtraction of any two sides of a triangle is always less than the third side. All right, okay, so we had seen some examples on also on this, and let me take one more example based on this. All right, so if I have the measurements like 4 centimeter, 4 centimeter, and 8 centimeter, so can I construct a triangle using these measurements? Let us check. Okay, so let me first do addition. So if I take 4 plus 4, I will get 8 centimeter. Okay, so I have got 8, which is equal to the third side, isn't it? So what was our rule? It should be actually greater. So since third side is not the sum is not equal to, not greater than the third side, therefore you cannot construct a triangle using these measurements. Okay, now let me take one more example. If I have the measurements like 6 centimeter, 6 centimeter, and 6 centimeter, can I construct a triangle using these measurements? Looking at this itself, you can say I can construct an equilateral triangle, isn't it? All the sides are equal, so I can easily construct an equilateral triangle. So if you want to check with this the relationship of the sides of a triangle, with that, check this. So if I take 6 plus 6, okay, I will get 12 centimeter, which is greater than the third side, that is of your third side is 6 centimeter. So similarly, these two sides you will get again 12, which is greater than this. If you take these two sides, it will be 12, which will be greater than 6. So by using these measurements, you can construct a triangle, and that triangle will be an equilateral triangle. Alright, we can do 2 to 3 more problems in our live class. Okay, if you have doubt in it, you can ask me. And the relation of the subtraction which we had seen, you can just take that as well, not a problem. If you subtract two sides, okay, 6 minus 6, this is equal to 0, and this is less than the third side, isn't it? Less than the third side, that is 6 centimeter. If similarly, if the two more combinations if you do, you will get less than only, isn't it? So by this subtraction of two sides also, this is satisfied. Either of one you can check. Okay, let me do this measurement for the subtraction. Okay, let us check with the subtraction. So if I subtract first two the what is this sides, okay, so I can take 3 minus 4 or 4 minus 3. Anyway, you can take I will get minus 1 centimeter. This is less than the third side, isn't it? Third side is what? My third side is 5 centimeter. Now if I take these two sides, okay, and I subtract 4 minus 5, okay, how much? Again I'll get minus 1, and this minus 1 is again less than your third side, that is 3 centimeter. Oh, isn't it? This is also satisfying. Let me take two other this thing combination, 5 centimeter and 3 centimeter. If I subtract 5 from 3, I will get 2 centimeter, isn't it? So this 2 centimeter is less than the third side, that is 4 centimeter. So either you can check, that is for construction of a triangle, when the measurements are given to you, when the sides are given to you, whether it is look that you can construct a triangle with those measurements or no. Either you can go for the sum, okay, of the sides, or you can go for the subtraction of the sides. If you go for subtraction of the sides, the subtraction of the two sides should be less than the third side, okay, whereas in this addition of two sides should be greater than the third side. Okay, I think it would be clear for you all now. Okay, let's move on to the next what do you say, terms or topics of your triangle of this unit. So today I'm going to introduce you with for the new terms, okay, two new terms. Let me move on. So today you will learn about median of a triangle and altitude of a triangle. Okay, so what is median of a triangle? See, median is a line, okay, it's just a line. Median means it's just a line, okay, which is passing from the vertex, okay, of any vertex. It can be any vertex of a triangle, all right, and whenever it is passing from any vertex of a triangle to the opposite side, okay, and if it is cutting at the opposite side at the midpoint, okay, this PQ midpoint is A, all right. So this line is coming from RA, is coming from this line is coming from the vertex R, okay, and it is cutting at the mid of PQ. So I will say my RA is a median. Okay, what I told is it can be from any vertex. Okay, see, if this is my triangle, so if I take a median, let me take PQR itself. If I draw a median from the vertex Q, okay, my midpoint of RP is this. So this line, when cutting at the midpoint of this RP, you call this Q. I will take this as B. Okay, my QB is median. Okay, similarly, this median can come from this vertex okay, and it should cut at the midpoint of the opposite side. So opposite side for P is what? It is RQ. So it is cutting at the midpoint of RQ, and therefore you will say your PC is called a median. Alright, so median is what? A line coming from any vertex of a triangle and cutting at the midpoint. Okay, median is the midpoint of the opposite side. Alright, so this is a new term maybe for you all. So what is median? Median is a line, okay, coming from, it can come from any vertex, okay, of a triangle, and it is cutting at the midpoint of the opposite side. The opposite side of Q is what? RP, isn't it? Opposite side of R is what? PQ. Okay, opposite side of P is what? R RQ, isn't it? So when this is cutting at a line is coming and cutting at the midpoint of the opposite side RQ, okay, so your PA will become median. PA is called median. Okay, if it is not cutting at the midpoint, you don't call it as a median. Alright, so remember, every time it should cut at the midpoint, then only you will say it is a median. Okay. Alright, I hope you understood this term. So median is what? A line coming are passing through the vertex, okay, coming from the vertex of a triangle and cutting at the opposite side, cutting the opposite side at the midpoint, okay, or you can say cutting at the midpoint of the opposite side. Alright, so the next term I want you to introduce is get used to is altitude. Okay, altitude is what? Again, it's again a line, okay, which is coming from a vertex, okay, but it is perpendicular to the opposite side. Okay, so in median, what we had seen, it is cutting at the midpoint of the opposite side, but here the important thing you need to note is it is perpendicular. Okay, so line which is passing from any vertex and is perpendicular to the opposite side, you call that line as altitude. Okay, see, when you look at this thing, okay, this figure, you will say that BD is D is a midpoint, isn't it? Midpoint of A and C. So BD is also a median. It is cutting perpendicularly, okay, to AC, that is opposite side, okay, and D is the midpoint. So this BD is both altitude and also median. Okay, now if you have a case of a triangle something like this, all right, so here you can clearly see D is not the midpoint of AC, E is the midpoint. Okay, so from B it is coming straight down and cutting your opposite side AC perpendicularly. Okay, so it is not cutting at the midpoint, it is cutting at the it is perpendicular. Okay, this line which is coming from the vertex B is perpendicular to your opposite side AC. Okay, so now this BD is called as altitude. This can't be meridian now, sorry, median. Okay, now median can be, median is what? BE. If I draw a line from B to E like this, so this you can say as median. Okay, all right, so I have written here meridian, it should be median, sorry. Okay, so altitude is what? A line passing from the vertex, okay, and it is perpendicular to the opposite side of a triangle then you call it as altitude. Okay, now tell me, if I take something like this, a line. Okay, this is A B C. All right, and I will take here, this is the midpoint of AC. Okay, if I take a line like this has some E point. Do you say DE is median or altitude? Yes, it is neither median nor altitude, because this is not starting from, E is not starting from any vertex, neither D is starting from any vertex. If I take a line something like this, I'll take with a red pen. See this, if I draw a line, okay, and cutting at the midpoint of AC, that is opposite side AC, now I will say BD is a median. This is not this can't be altitude, because this is not perpendicular, isn't it? So this is not perpendicular, so you call BD as median, because it is cutting AC, okay, at the midpoint D. Okay, AC midpoint is D, and this line is coming from the vertex. Okay. Okay, now if I, what do you now tell me, this line, what is it? Is it a vertex? Sorry, is it a median, or let me draw and take the another triangle. So in this triangle, now tell me, AD is it a median or a altitude? Yes, it is an altitude, because from point A, that is, and in the opposite side, it is coming perpendicular, isn't it? So it is coming perpendicular to BC, that is opposite side BC. So you call AD as altitude. Okay, I think for today this is enough, and I hope all of you will remember these two terms, median and altitude. Okay, median is what? Line passing from any vertex of a triangle. Okay, and it is cutting at the opposite side, or at the midpoint. Okay, it is cutting at the midpoint of the opposite side, then it is median. If it is a line which is passing from any vertex of a triangle and coming perpendicular to the opposite side. Okay, so then, and it is perpendicular to the opposite side, then you call it as altitude. Okay, let me stop till here. In the next video we will go with the next topic of your triangle. Okay, until I come up with the next video, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.